Hey, this is Matt once again. What about the other videos? Another paid request, this time from my good friend Efree. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, what have you, you can send them either directly to my PayPal, which is usually the best bet, or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, this is another versus Friday the 13th Part 5 versus Friday the 13th Part 6. And he mentioned, which sequel do you feel is better? You can compare Tom Matthews to John Shepard's performances, the tone of the films. One's more sleazy and exploitation, the other has a bit more humor. And Zombie Jason versus Roy / Jason. This is easy for me. Friday the 13th Part 6 is easily the much better film. I mean, when I rank the Friday the 13th films, I got in the Friday the 13th in a different matter than others. The first one I saw was Jason Goes to Hell, and that and other reasons is why it's my favorite. So it'd be like Jason Goes to Hell, then Part 7, which I have a fan cut, which is the uncut version, so I watched that. So 9, Jason Goes to Hell, 7, and then 6. Now I like Part 5, but I like Part 4 more, I like Part 2 more, I like Jason X more, I like the Friday the 13th the reboot. I like that more. So it's fairly down on the totem pole in Friday the 13th films. I mean, it's better than Part 8. And I would probably put it above Freddy vs. Jason. I probably would put it above the first one. Because the first one, I could watch. I don't mind it, but I don't love the first one. So it'd probably be like the bottom is Part 8. Then Freddy vs. Jason. No. Part 8. Then maybe the first Friday the 13th. Then Freddy vs. Jason, but that's more for Robert England. I could watch it. Because I don't hate Freddy vs. Jason. It's just I don't love it like other people do. And the stuff with Jason bothers me. So as a Jason film, that's the part that bothers me, honestly, is the way Jason looks. That's going off tangent. Part 5 is pretty low on there. Like I said, I like 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, the reboot more than Part 5. Now, I don't hate Part 5. I liked it. But my problems with Part 5 is, yeah, Part 6 doesn't have a lot of blood as well, but at the same time, it felt like it still had a little bit more blood than Part 5. Like the heartbeat. And the Part 5's kills were more creative. I do think the kills in Part 5 were a lot more creative. I think the director knew that he was fighting with the ratings board, so he had to change it up a bit. But he still has, him, Jason, punching a guy's heart out. That is more of a cool death scene than anything in Part 5, to be honest. Just Part 5, it was really, really cut out. At least Part 7, The New Blood, I have an uncut version. I could watch that. Well, it looks like a VHS. Well, it's Friday the 13th. I mean, they're not Blade Runner. I'm fine with that. Would I like to see it cleaned up? Sure. But could I live with that? Yes. There's never been that for Part 5, so I can't see it. Does it exist anywhere? But Part 6, it's, okay, punch a heart out of someone. Break someone's, like a wishbone. The kill where the woman's face goes into the wall and you see her face imprint. I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool, clever stuff. More so than, Part 5. So I think Part 6 wins on the kills. Part 5 definitely wins on the nudity. Because I don't even know if there's any nudity in Part 6, but definitely Part 5. It wins on the nudity. Part 5, to be perfectly honest, like I said, I liked the film, but the characters aren't really much to run home about. I mean, yeah, some of them I can laugh at. Ethel and some of those characters, they do have their quirky charm. But John Shepard, I don't think he's bad. He's just really not given anything to do because Tommy is mute for most of the movie. He's silent for most of the movie. Doesn't get to, other than freezing at visions of Jason, and one bit that and one bit that all of a sudden he knows kung fu. He doesn't really do anything. Doesn't really do anything. There's not really much to be showcased. And it'll cut away to, the get the death count out, which I understand. But Tom Matthews, it felt like there was a bit more personality to his character. Yes, he did fuck up, which bothers me a bit, but I know he admits he fucked up. Just technically, he did bring Jason back again. If he left alone, these people wouldn't be dead. I understand. But I still liked his character, as in I liked his personality. I liked his chemistry with Madian. I forget the actress's name. I really liked her in it. I think the two, like I said, had some good chemistry with each other. I thought that, like I said, he had personality. He felt more assertive, more like a foe for Jason. Come on, Madian, come on, you pussy. And to get Jason out there. He felt like he just had more to do as a character. He had more to play part into the story. While Tommy, for the most part, is a bystander. For the most part, Tommy's a bystander until the very, very end. He finally does something with the little knife, and then boom. It felt like Tommy was a bit more participating to the story, even in jail, trying to warn people, and then doing Madian, and then getting to the camp, and so forth. I also think that, like I said, Tom Matthews, he just had the chance to have more dialogue and to be able to give a better performance. And John Shepherd wasn't bad, it's just he wasn't doing much to do, because again, his performance was pretty much a mute bystander for most of it. So I'd give it to Tom Matthews performance-wise. Kill-wise, again, I'd give him more to Part 6, because he had, in order to, I think the director knew the MPA were going to fuck him, so he had to be a bit more creative with it. Zombie Jason, I think, is much cooler than Roy. Zombie Jason, I think, looks cooler. I think the hockey mask looks cooler. The fact he has superhuman strength now, so he's able to do more things. I think that was a good step up. You could do more now with the kills. I just think Jason looks better. And the fact that, yes, it is Jason. While Roy, that tries to be a murder mystery, but does it so shitty that once you see Roy, you know he's the killer. Like when he looks up, he sees the dead body. He's like, right then you must be, I am the killer, tattooed on his forehead. So it does the murder mystery piss poorly. So it's all these red herrings, but we already know what it is, even the first time watching it. And then it's like, well, why is he so superhuman and can do all these things when he's just a regular guy? And the mask, it has the blue streaks because it's a different mask. Understandably so. I just don't think it looks as cool as the Jason mask with the red. So I think the Jason mask is the better mask, better body build. Like I said, more interesting kills. The music, one has Alice Cooper's He's Bat, the Man Behind the Mask, which is a kick-ass song. I know Part 5 has that Eyes, for whatever the fuck. It doesn't beat Alice Cooper. I'm sorry. Part 6 wins on music. Wins on music, wins on kills, wins on lead performance. And I think the humor was actually sincerely funny. Where the red dot goes, you bang. Or the kids. Having actual kids at the summer camp was the only time it's ever fucking happened. So it brings the stakes up a bit. Or these kids are in danger. And even some of that was funny. What were you going to be when you grew up? And the other kid's like, what are you talking about, Willis? The paintballers and Jason, the triple decapitation. It's a much more fun, tighter paced, satisfying movie. And the ending. It has a better ending. What's the ending in Part 5? It's Roy, and for some reason, like the cop shows the girl this newspaper that has Jason Voorhees staring at the camera. Who the fuck took that picture? Watch part 5 again. Ask yourself, who the fuck took that picture of Jason? That cameraman must be dead as fuck. I took this picture though. Your last moment was Jason punch you in the face and caving your face in or something. And then it's like an ending, but he has a dream that he stabs the girl, then he wakes up. Then this has to be another dream, because why the fuck, when he opens the drawer, why is there a goddamn knife there and the killer's mask? Do the cops go, you know what? And then this mask, it's for evidence. And this knife, probably evidence too. But you know what, Tommy, you might feel bad. Don't put this mask here, that should be an evidence locker. And I don't put this knife here, just, to make you feel better. So, or do all hospitals come with hockey masks and knives? I haven't been to a hospital for a while. Or I wasn't in a hospital at this time. Maybe people can let me know. I thought it was Bibles, but do they just, next to the Bible, there's a hockey mask and there's a knife for all your visits. It makes the fun. Part 6, at least in its mythology, okay, Jason the late, I'm going to trap him there. If I can't kill him, I'm going to trap him there, and now he's there for hopefully forever. Granted, Tommy, he was already dead, so he would have been there forever if you didn't dig him up. But it is what it is. So that's the one thing I'll knock part 6 I'll give to part 5. At least part 5, it's not Tommy's fault this is going on. He didn't cause it. So that's one positive of part 5. Also, it's got more nudity. But like I said, part 6 felt like it has a more trajectory of the plot. It's a bit more focused. I know I keep repeating myself, but the kills, I think the humor was refreshing and it wasn't cringeworthy. The ending is a bit more, it makes more sense. It's more satisfying. Here it's a shitty dream that doesn't make any goddamn sense. And then it's just lame. It's a lame fucking ending. And part 5 I did enjoy. It's kind of a sleaziness, but at the same time, that sleaziness doesn't impress me as much as other people. I'm like, okay, so what? I like the titties, but so what? Like, that's kind of my reaction. So what? I mean, it does have Miguel A. Nunez looking for the bathroom because of the enchiladas. So there's some quirk there, but I think part 6 is a better made film. It's a better produced film. It's a better written film. And easily the better sequel. I do feel that. I like part 5, but I think part 6 is easily better. And unless titties, there's not a whole lot part 5 does better. And I don't hate the film, but that's just me. I think part 6 was to make it refreshing, to have Jason have the supernatural strength, to still have it be Jason, but not have it be the same thing over and over again. Bring the kids in the camp to bring up the stakes and give a bit more personality to characters. And creative death scenes, and a kick-ass Alice Cooper song. My favorite Alice Cooper song, actually. He's the man behind the mask. It was a welcome trajectory. Well, part 5 was kind of a weird standstill movie. And like I said, I don't hate part 5 like other people do, but I'm not going to sit here and defend the movie either. I still think it's one of the weaker films in the franchise. I could watch it, but it's like, it's pretty low on the totem pole. Still better than Jason Takes Manhattan, though. Because that movie's a piece of shit. But I'm repeating myself. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.